I've realized self-improvement and hitting any difficult goal that you might have is all a fucking mind game. It's all a mind game, because if you think about it, all you've got to do is find a way to be in the right mindset so you can actually take the action. Because in most cases, 99% of you guys know exactly what you should be doing. You know you need to start working out. You know you need to start eating clean. You know what you need to stop drinking and what you need to stop doing and what you need to start doing. But for some reason, you're not doing it. Why? For some reason, you can't follow up. It's because of your mind. It's because of the things going on in your brain, the temptations around you, the old habits, the addictions, the things holding you back within your mind, your internal state. Because once you master that internal state, that means you can master the external state, the output. Because it's all about input and output, right? We all know the more you put in, the more you get out. And all you've got to do is find a way to put in the work anyway, because you know what to do. You know how to progress. You know how to get better. Whether it's repetitions, just continually day after day doing what you need to be doing, showing up, working out, progressively overloading, training hard, finding ways to push yourself, or starting a business or your job, excelling in your career, where you're constantly working, looking for ways to improve, making more hours. It's all about being in the right mindset, being in the right state of mind is what the word I'm looking for, to be able to put in that work. Because in reality, bro, you can do anything that you put your mind to. And you probably hear this everywhere, and it's kind of, the words have become water. It's become neutralized. The deeper meaning behind it has become nothing, because people use these words so much: motivation, discipline, all these things, growth mindset, all these things just sound fucking corny almost, because so many people use it these days, and it's become such a big industry. Even though it's become such a big industry, so many people struggle to have that right mindset, to have that growth mindset, as they say. And it's because they haven't fought the battles that cause their internal state to be right. Because you have to have that self-belief. It's all about standards and self-belief. It's all about standards and self-belief. And the way you form that, the way you update that to your new aspirations and goals, is simply by putting in reps. Repetitions. So if you want to start waking up earlier, you have to start waking up a couple times really early in order to realize, get your minds to realize that it's possible, to get your mind to realize that you can do it, to get your mind to realize that this is the new standard now. You know, waking up early, or for example, for me, I used to struggle so much with scrolling on my phone and eating like shit. Those are two things. And every day after dinner, I'd go and watch YouTube, scroll on TikTok or whatever, or even play video games and scroll at the same time. But every single day after dinner, I get that same feeling where this voice in my mind just made it so hard for me to stop doing that. And it didn't matter how motivated I was throughout the day. Once that time hit, once I was done with dinner and it was time to, get into that, to watch the YouTube and eat the junk food, for some reason that strong voice in my mind just kind of disappeared. And it was just so hard to break that habit, because it almost seems like you have two different personalities sometimes, where you're like, yes, I need to hit my goals, and I'm motivated and I'm disciplined and I'm all these things, and I'm ambitious. But at the same time, in those hard moments, it almost feels like that voice disappears completely. And then you're only left with that other voice, that weaker voice that's keeping you down. And it's a real struggle, because it's like a battle against your mind. It's a battle against your own mind. And that sounds really weird, and so many people are not willing to confront themselves, so they'll never realize this is even a thing. The people around us, people aren't willing to go on that, to take on that confrontation, but in the same way, they're never going to improve. Because without that confrontation is the first step. It's realizing that there's a problem. It's realizing that it's going to be hard. It's realizing that you've got to tackle this challenge head on, otherwise you're not going to improve it. Otherwise you're not going to hit your goal. And through struggle and just trying to show up every day, trying my best to resist the cravings, trying to resist the temptation to just watch a little YouTube video. And it's not that it's not gonna harm me that much, right? One YouTube video, but it's about the fact that I know it's holding me back. And for some reason, I can't quit that bad habit. That's exactly what it is. You see what I'm saying when I say it's all a mind game? It was all in my mind. I knew exactly what to do. I knew exactly what to do, just as you know exactly what to do. But the truth is that most of you guys, I really wanted to stop it because I really wanted to improve my hit my goals. So many of you do not want it bad enough. I wanted it. I really wanted it to stop. So guess what? I made it stop. Because if you truly want something, what's going to stop you? Nothing. But if you don't really want it and you kind of want it, but you don't really want it or something, like you kind of prefer to just keep doing what you're doing, then what's going to stop you? Just about anything that's going to be in your way. Just about any little thing is going to turn into an excuse. So you can continue doing or not do what you've said you would do. And that's the mindset switch. And you have to set new beliefs, new standards, and just go with that. Because you say you're not going to do something, you did it anyway. You say you're not going to eat a certain food, you still ate it. You said you were not going to drink something, but you still drank it. Or you said you would go to bed at a certain time and train at a certain time, but you didn't do it. And that's where those little defeats, those mini defeats are breaking you down, bro. They're breaking you down completely. So instead of having these mini defeats, which are setting the tone for your mind, you have to have these mini wins. From the moment you wake up, I woke up at 4:45 this morning. Right now it's 5:33. I woke up at 4:45, took a cold shower, did 30 push-ups. And I sat downstairs right here and I started recording this YouTube video. Mini wins, bro. We're stacking mini wins. This morning, in the past 45 minutes, my mind has grown. I've gotten stronger. I've gotten more consistent. I've set the beliefs in my mind, and making this video, talking about this subject, literally is making me hype, bro. It's hyping me up because I know that I've gone through this whole journey of, being the guy that struggled with going to bed early, that struggled with watching YouTube after dinner, that struggled with junk food, that had 8 hours of screen time a day, scrolling on my phone, looking in the mirror, just not liking who I was, and knowing I had more in me. And I'd scroll on social media and see these motivational edits, and that would really fire me up. But the moment that motivation faded, the moment when it really came down to it, that's when I struggled and just fell apart. That's when I couldn't keep up that motivation and I couldn't keep up the habits. It's a mind game. It's all a mind game. There's no such thing as limits. The only limits that are real are the limits that you set on yourself. Because you shut yourself off to certain things. Your internal has doors with locks on them. And the more mini defeats you accumulate, the stronger those locks are going to be, the more doors there are. The more you tell yourself you can't do something, the more doors there are. The more locks there are. You're shutting yourself off to possibilities. You're shutting yourself off to opportunities. You're shutting yourself off to a version of you that is there. It's all a mind game, bro. That's really all it is. If you have any personal questions you want to ask me, or just talk to me about whatever, you can always send me a DM on Instagram. I'll put the link in the description so you can click on there, and if you want to talk to me, you can ask me about anything you want, ask me for advice, then make sure to DM me on Instagram. I'll be right there waiting for you. It's currently 5:30 a.m. Woke up at 4:45, and these next couple of days are gonna be flawless. I'm gonna make sure, obviously they're not gonna be perfectly flawless, but I'm gonna make sure my internal is gonna be on fucking point. I am not going to accept procrastination. I'm not going to accept not taking action on something I said I would take action on. I'm gonna go full throttle, and I want you to do it with me. So set 3 tasks for yourself every day. write it down on a physical piece of paper or a whiteboard and make sure you can actually tick off those boxes because that's what you need to get the fulfillment from. Excuse me. Dreams don't work unless you do some fucking work for it. I'm checking out. See you guys.